reality, you know, nobody's going to be able to get my stuff, so. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and show you. I guess I'll go ahead and start the gold guide a little bit. I'm not going to go too in depth with it until I make an actual video, but I will go ahead and talk about it a little bit and show you pretty much kind of like the basic idea on how I made my gold and stuff like that, so. Alright, so yeah, let's get to the auction house, and I will go ahead and show you and everyone else who was watching a little bit about how I made my gold and stuff, so. Oh yeah, man, I love my Warlock's Transmog, dude. It's the, what is it, level 70 tier gear, raid gear. I don't remember what it's called, but it's the level 70 like raid gear. So it's awesome. I love it, man. And like when you jump up and down, it like throws these wings on you like in the back, and they flap. It's awesome. I love it, man. I do not have Mogget, actually. I've been meaning to download it recently, and I just kind of haven't gotten to it yet. I have used it in the past, though, and I did like it. I just haven't downloaded it yet, to be honest. I guess it's more so laziness to download it. But yeah. Alright, so actually, give me 1 second here. I'm going to turn off my push to talk.
Damn.
Alright, so now that we're here, let's go into how I made my gold, and it looks like it's just gonna be you, so that's cool. You get nice little one-on-one action. I'll show you how to make some gold. So alright, so this is TSM. basically TSM is the add-on that is for the auction house. There's a numerous things that TSM can do. You can download, TSM for like the mailbox, where like it opens all your mail for you like really quick. There's numerous things for TSM. I'm just gonna go into the auction house right now, because there are YouTube videos that you can go look up, and you will, they do, part 1, part 2 into TSM. But basically, when you download the TSM, it pops up like these tabs right here. And with the new TSM, you don't have to scan the auction house or anything like that. That's just basically just like a full scan of it. But with the TSM add-on, I can do a quick post from bags, and it'll post everything in my bag up onto the auction house, and then I can quickly skim through and post it. It's really easy. Yes, that's what I was just about to get into. The sniper. Right here. This right here is exactly how I made 300k gold. Okay? Basically, all of the gold making that you're going to make, I would say 60 to 70% of it, no, well, 65% of it is going to be sniping. The reason I say that is because people, and I know it's kind of grimy and messed up, but it is what it is. People will post things in the auction house and either A, not realize how much the item's worth, B, will post something to the auction house and not realize that they messed up and put a typo in here. Basically, like, oh, I want to post something for 2,000 gold, and they accidentally put it for 200 gold. So that's where sniping comes in. Very, very easy. Right here, Hessonite. Oh, dude, I'm buying that right now. Done. Look at that. I just bought Hessonite for 2G and 25 silver, dude. And it's worth, people are buying it right now for, minimum buyout is 22 gold. That's ridiculous. So I just now made a 20 gold profit, basically. Okay? So that's basically TSM in a or the sniper in a nutshell, man. And people don't realize, I mean, there are other people that are doing this too, though. So you have to be quick. Like on my server Illidan, there are a lot of people doing it. So on my server Illidan, I have to be quick when I'm doing it. Now, how I made my gold, and I'll tell you the story, is I was sitting there sniping, and I had been sniping for, every time I logged in, I went to the auction house and I sat there, man, for hours, because this was the first time I'd ever really tried to get 1,000,000 gold. And so I was sitting there for, it was like a day or two had gone by, and I'm sniping, and all of a sudden, I seen something pop up, and it said market value 0%, which 0%, which means if I buy that item, it's going to be 100% profit towards me. So that's like an instant buy. You don't even look at what the item is most of the time. You just buy it, try to buy it as quick as possible. Well, I was on my game that day, and I just quickly did buyout, like as quick as I could. I looked down, and I had bought a trading card game mount, the Imani Dragon Hawk flying mount. I had bought that, and I bought it for 275 gold. That mount, I sold that mount for 300,000 gold. That's that was how I practically got up to 1,000,000 gold and got my Spectral Tiger and everything like that, man. So it was lucky, I give you that. It was very lucky for me to stumble across that, and I at first felt kind of bad about sniping it and buying it, but then I realized that it was a Chinese farmer who was bringing over mounts from a different server, and I didn't care anymore, and I was really happy that I got the mount. I bet he was crying. Chinese farmer though. He was a Chinese farmer, and you know they have a crap ton of gold and stuff, so I didn't feel bad. You know, they they rip people off all the time with those mounts. So, but this right here, TSM, has made me probably the most gold out of anything, and it was all within a matter of a minute. You know, so I highly recommend going into detail, you know, watching the YouTube videos. There are part 1, part 2 videos that I watch, the same ones. I go into detail about TSM and how to use it. I highly recommend downloading TSM and going and watching those. I really do. It's worth it. I mean, I wouldn't have this Spectral Tiger, probably, not yet at least, if it wasn't for that. So, that's my biggest one right there. That's the biggest one. Number 2 is I did a lot of farming. You can do all of the Cataclysm raids and make like 8k gold throughout all of them. So I suggest doing that. That is a good raw gold, and you're selling, you know, the purple epics for vendoring them. You know, that's a good avenue to go to do. Also farming a lot of the older classic dungeons for the BOEs. Those are good too. And sorry for the background noise. I do have a little baby son, so he's 8 months old. But yeah, farming those older classic dungeons for the BOE blues and greens, like Shadowfang Keep. You know, that Gloom Shroud armor. That's a great, dude. That thing's worth 100,000 gold. You can farm Shadowfang Keep over and over again. It gets boring, but it takes a lot of patience to farm. It really does. I suggest doing a lot of the classic dungeons, looking up the loot and seeing what drops, what kind of BOEs drop in those dungeons. So yeah, TSM, the sniper thing, that's what you need to do. You need to get that add-on. You need to look up the YouTube videos about sniping. That's my biggest one. And then I farmed a lot. I mean, I did a lot of older dungeons, like from level 19 to level, I think it was 50, between those ranges, because a lot of people want those type of gear. They use it for transmog. They use it for twinks. You know, I mean, it's not a big market. It is a big market, actually. I take that back. It is a big market, but the gear takes time to sell. And you want to have constantly up on the auction house. You want to have about 750,000 gold worth of items on the auction house. And what that means is like what the item is selling for on the auction house. You want to have that many items in the auction house, because then you're always bringing in gold. No matter what, you've always got gold. And so you need to go out and farm. You need to build your, I guess, your base of your gold income, which is going to be farming and getting in those greens. People buy greens. It's crazy, but they do. They buy greens, and they buy them for ridiculous amounts of gold. Like, they really do. So you want to have 750,000 gold worth of green and blues and epics on the auction house at all times. And then on top of that, you want to go farm certain things. Like I farmed for the Battered Hilt. I farmed for that, you know, for like a day or two, and it dropped for me. And the Battered Hilt sells for, I sold it for 40,000 gold, which is, it turns into a transmoggable sword or a mace. People want that. And that was 40,000 gold right there. And also with buying stuff on the auction house and the sniping thing too, you can buy certain items for a lower price and then turn around and flip it, and then in turn sell it. Really good way right here, man. Really good way to do is to buy this, buy cheap items and then turn around and sell them. That's what I do. I do that too. So half the time I'm out farming for greens and blues, and then the other half of the time I'm using TSM and sniping when I'm trying to get gold. Right now I haven't really done that so much, the gold farming, because I've already got most of what I wanted out of it. So probably across all my accounts I got like 100k, but it's a good, how do you set up sniper? Well, once you download TSM and everything like that, the way to set up sniper is you're gonna go into Trade Skill Master, and then let me see. And then you're gonna go, once you go into Trade Skill Master, you're gonna go into options. Okay? And once you go into options, you're gonna go to shopping. Under module options, you're gonna go to shopping. And then you're gonna look right here where it says below custom price. And then it says right here it's 30% of the database market. That means of the market value of that item, what it's worth. It's gonna, like, if they put it up for 30% or less of what it's worth, that's what's gonna show up on Sniper. So you could change that to 25%, 20%, 50%, whatever you want. So I keep mine at 30% because I'm not gonna buy an item for 50% and then run the risk of it not selling. So I keep mine at 30% because I like to get those really good deals. So that's basic though right there, man. And then once you're done doing that, you make sure everything's correct. You just go right back into the auction house and that's it. And then you just, open up Sniper and start buying everything that is really cheap. What does the error say? Because I've never come across an error in chat before. And I will tell you why that is right now. Alright. With TSM you also need to download, let me see, where is it? Right here. You need to download also Trade Skill Master Auction Database. You need to download that too. I don't know if you're looking right now or not or whatever, but you need to have that downloaded too. And then since, I don't know, because it does cost money to, I don't think it actually, I think you should be able to scan, or it should automatically scan the auction house without you having to pay for the account. But once you download Trade Skill Master Auction Database, it should work. Because that's your base of, like, the auction house. It tells you all the prices in the auction house and everything like that. That's why it says no database for you. Yeah, you need to make sure. Here, look at the list that I have. I'll show you. Besides, I hate this thing. Okay, besides item tracker, because I still haven't deleted that, you don't need item tracker anymore. Besides that, I suggest downloading all of these. You don't need crafting unless you do craft a lot, because I make some gold through crafting. You can do the mailing, shopping, warehousing, whatever. But these are the ones that I recommend downloading.